Researchers uncover potential new therapy for concussion-related headaches. I'm so grateful for scientists. They have the solve for us. So they are now looking at, well, let's just read it. The scientists investigated whether a drug that blocked a substance elevated in migraine patients, I can't read this, but it calcutta gene-related peptide, or CGRP, would elevate the headache pain by modeling human concussions in mice and assessing post-injury pain sensitivity. So, well, that's good. They're taking mice and they're taking basically a sledgehammer and racking that poor mouse in the head, and then they're assessing it and see if the pain is reduced through their new drug therapy. So there's a picture of a girl from FC Tucson who suffered a concussion in college soccer, who has now debilitating headaches. But because of new research, they might be able to help it heal faster. How about we do some research on technical soccer players versus untechnical soccer players, or technical teams versus untechnical teams, or technical countries versus untechnical countries, and see the amount of concussions that happen. I hear this a lot. Football's, number one at concussions, or maybe they're not even number one. It's girls soccer. They say soccer, but it's girls soccer. Why? It's because of lack of technique. When the ball is always in between players, meaning when their first touch is bouncing in between teams, there's a collision, because what do girls do? They go full speed because they're going to be athletic, they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to control their will, we'll say. They're going to use their physical dominance to control the game, to win the game, versus intelligence. The girls' game, as well as the boys' game out there, when you watch Youth Development in America, it's just so ugly. I mean, if you don't love the game, watch the game, and actually touch the ball thousands upon thousands of times, you're going to be a very untechnical player. And every bad touch of the ball is going to create a concussion situation, we'll say. I'm getting sick and tired to see the girls play so reckless. I was at the ECNL event that was held here with all these national team coaches, and they've increased the national team coaching roster for recruitment. It's astronomical. And it was just a bunch of girls that were just, they play system, but there's no thought. Like, they played what the coach told them to play, versus having a thought to dribble in different areas of the pitch to change the game, to see what they needed to see, to make choices on their own. They're denied choices because of the players they have. It's heavy white. It's heavy rich families. It's heavy ugly soccer. It's just not soccer. They're not thought out. It's not thought out at all. We're big and fast and athletic. And I'll tell you something, girls of America, women of America that play the game's going to change. When freedom rolls through the rest of the world, the playing countries like Brazil, Spain, Europe, they're going to crush us. And you're going to be no different than the men's. And you talk of this whole, equity and pay, that you did so much better in the men's side, which you did, but the competition is much different. On the men's side, there's freedom. On the women's side, there is not. That is a fact. Women do not have the same resources outside this country than we do in the United States. They don't have the same advantages. They don't have the same freedoms. It's different. It's changing. It is changing. And when it changes, when the rest of the world decides to give women more freedom, females more freedom. Look out. The women's team, our U.S. women's national team, will be no different than the U.S. men's national team. It won't be any different because the playing countries will take over, because there's two great qualities in development. One is street soccer, and two is watching the game, loving the game. Culture will win, and that's what we don't fully understand. But back to the concussions, and these poor little mice are getting smashed. It's a weird focus. I guess scientists got together at this Mayo Clinic or whatever. They're like, hey, there's a lot of concussions going on. Let's make money off it. We'll insert a drug to offset this. If you can treat kids with perceived concussion, they're going to give you this pain reduction pill to help you overcome it. That's crazy. What about all the ones that fake it? We don't talk about that. There are girls that fake concussion just to get out of the game, or because they don't want to play anymore, or their boyfriend dumped them on the sideline and they want to get back and text to them to say, please don't break up with me right now. I'm in the middle of a soccer game. That's why you should never look at your cell phones, people, and ban them from play. I don't know why everyone feels like they have to go on their cell phone all the time. Sorry, that was Facebook update. But yeah, there's problems. We have problems with so many things, but we don't need another pill or new therapy to deal with concussion-related headaches. That's just so silly. This should be a debate. We got to stop drugging our people. We are the most drugged up country in the world because we can afford it and people know it. So whatever we're buying, or we'll buy anything if you sell it. So they're going to keep selling us stuff. And these researchers and scientists and these poor mice getting beat down are causing problems. This is not a good thing. It's a bad thing. So all you PhDs and assistant professors or whatever in these pharmacology outfits trying to drug us all up, and now you're going to drug the concussion people. Don't be part of that study. End up having an aneurysm from all this stuff. So anyways, this is Coach Cameron finishing my rant as I move on in life, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay away from concussions by being technical, and definitely don't take a pill if you get concussed or fake concussed. Later.